Welcome to Life Action Results, where on this channel we talk about weight loss, motivation, and lifestyle tips and tricks to take your lifestyle to the next level. So if you're interested in weight loss, if you're interested in living a healthier lifestyle, then subscribe for more content. In today's video, we're going to be kicking off a Make It Make Sense series, where in this series we'll be breaking down different weight loss topics one by one, exploring the benefits and how you can leverage the topic to enhance your weight loss journey and to add to your health journey. In today's video, we're going to be exploring the importance of stretching and the benefits you can get from stretching and how it can possibly aid you in your weight loss in your health journey. And throughout the video, I'll give you tools and resources that you can leverage to support your weight loss, your health journey, your stretching goals. And I'll put any links that I mentioned for tools in the description below so that you can check them out at any time throughout the video. Before we dive into today's video, I think it's important to start off by saying that while stretching alone won't drastically impact weight loss, it does offer valuable indirect benefits that can support a healthy weight loss journey, including improved flexibility, reducing stress, and potentially increasing your calorie burn during other activities that you're doing. I know for me, I have seen a big difference in my body, specifically in my muscle tone and my range of motion when it comes to working out. And I account a lot of that to the increased amount of stretching and the deep stretching that I incorporate into my day to day. So if you're somebody who's on a health journey, a weight loss journey, stay tuned to explore all of the benefits of stretching and tools that you can leverage in your day to day. So let's explore the benefits you can get from stretching. So the first one we're going to talk about is improved flexibility and mobility. So when you think of stretching, you probably think of this one, improving your flexibility. But why should you care about this, and how is it going to help you with your weight loss, with your health journey? Well, regular stretching can enhance your flexibility and your range of motion of your muscle. And this allows you to move more efficiently, and when you're doing exercises, can help you have better form. And better form is important because this can potentially help you burn more calories during your workouts. Because when you're able to, for example, when you're lifting weights, you're able to pull the weight deeper and you have a better range of motion and you're more flexible in that move, it's going to help you be able to efficiently do that exercise, leading to increased calorie burn because you're doing that exercise correctly and you have your full range of motion and are getting the most out of that motion, which could help you burn more calories in the long run when it comes to your gym routine or your exercise routine. Because not only are you able to use your muscles for lifting weights more efficiently, you're able to use your muscles when you're doing cardio more efficiently. I like to stretch deeper using a stretching band and a foam roller. For me, I really think that using these tools has increased my range of motion into the stretch. It really helps me deeply pull into the muscle and, target different areas at different angles. I especially like using it for my legs to really stretch out my calves, my inner thighs, my quads, and my upper back, and really opening up my chest. I like to take the stretch band and put it in my hands and then lift it above my head. And this really helps open up my chest and just pulls muscles in a stretch differently than I would if I'm doing stretches, by myself without using a tool. So I definitely recommend those tools, and I'll link them below so that you can check them out later. Another benefit you can get from stretching is increasing your blood flow. So stretching can improve blood circulation, which can help deliver oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. And so how does stretching increase blood flow? Well, stretching increases blood flow by causing your muscles to press on arteries, and it triggers the release of chemicals that expand the arteries, allowing more blood flow to flow through, getting more oxygen in there, potentially aiding in your performance during a workout and then your recovery after, because your muscles have improved circulation. So in and of itself, stretching can increase your blood flow that can help with your muscles, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your muscles and helping with that recovery before and after a workout. That's why a lot of times if you go to a workout class, you'll stretch before the class starts, but then you'll also do a cool down and stretch after the class is over. Another benefit you can get from adding stretching into your day is it can help reduce your stress levels. But how can stretching reduce your stress levels? Well, stretching reduces stress levels by releasing muscle tension, helping to promote relaxation, and it actively engages your parasympathetic nervous system, which induces calmness and reduces your anxiety, which can indirectly contribute to weight loss by preventing cortisol-related cravings and improving your sleep quality. And overall, reducing your stress throughout your weight loss journey can lead you to have more positive emotions about your progress and encourage you to stay on track. When it comes to weight loss, I'm a true believer that your mindset is everything. If you believe you can do it, you're going to do it. But if you're questioning yourself, if you're thinking negatively of yourself or of your past actions, you're not going to have that emotional success because you're still thinking as the old you and you're down on yourself from the mistakes you made yesterday. And so I think any opportunity we have to help reduce our stress levels, to think more positively when it comes to our progress and help emotional regulation in general, is going to help us and encourage us to stay on track with our goals and our targets. Another benefit you can get from stretching is injury prevention. So you've probably, heard of this before if you've done a sport or joined an exercise group, or have even done a gym walkthrough where they point out all the machines and what they are. They normally point to the stretching area and say, this is where you can go to stretch. And so when it comes to injury prevention, it's this idea of if you're increasing your flexibility and mobility, it can help you prevent injuries. So how does stretching help prevent injury? Well, stretching prevents injury by improving your flexibility, again, your range of motion, and this helps reduce your muscle tension and stiffness, and works to increase your blood flow, all of which makes your muscles and joints more resilient and less prone to damage during exercise. And this is important because it allows you to stay active and consistent with your weight loss efforts. And I think it's really important to incorporate stretching either before or during or after a workout because you don't want to start out working out and going hard in the gym or doing any exercise at home without stretching, and then you injure yourself, and then it's going to completely derail your progress that you're trying to make. I know for me in the past, I will set a timeline of when I want to accomplish certain goals, and I have my exercise plan, and I go to the gym and I go super hard, but I wasn't adding stretching in. And then I would get super sore and my muscles would hurt, my joints would be achy. So then the next day when I said I was going to go to the gym, I didn't go because I needed more time to recover. I've noticed now that by adding in stretching every time, every day in the morning and at night, I have a quicker recovery time when it comes to going to the gym because I'm preparing my muscles for the exercise, for the damage of my muscles that I'm about to inflict at the gym or when I go to a workout class or when I'm doing a workout at home. So stretching can really help you prevent injury, helping you build up your muscles and joints to be more resilient and less prone to damage during your exercise. And this is important when it comes to weight loss, to stick to your workout pattern so you don't have to take, longer recovery days to help recuperate after your muscles and your joints, are damaged because of the exercises you've done. So it's really important to keep on track, add in stretching so that you can continue to make your progress with your workouts. Stretching can also help you have an improved posture because stretching can help correct the muscle imbalances that contribute to poor posture. When we're hunched over, we're flexing forward all day, stretching can help improve our posture by increasing that flexibility and that muscle balance in that area of our body, allowing our bodies to correct and reduce the strain on those specific muscle groups when it comes to our back, when it comes to our neck and our shoulders. And so if you lead a very sedentary lifestyle where you're sitting all day at work or at school, or if you have a long commute and you're driving or you're sitting on a train and you're trying to get to work and you're flexed forward looking down at your phone, stretching can really help you, improve your posture, which could ultimately help be more effective and when it comes to, again, that movement, that range of motion, you're able to exercise correctly because your posture is better and you're able to fully extend your body in that range of motion movement for those exercises, which can potentially help increase that calorie burn when you're exercising. And that leads us to calorie burn. Calorie burn is another, positive benefit we can get from stretching. Now, stretching in and of itself doesn't burn a large number of calories, but it can contribute to the overall amount of calories that we burn in the day when it's combined with, other forms of exercise. And some studies even suggest that dynamic stretching, that stretching like doing yoga or different mobility exercises, may burn more calories than doing, static stretching. And static stretching is when you're doing stretches, but there's not a movement in it. So you're, reaching down and you're stretching, your leg, you're reaching across to stretch your arm, and you're not moving your body. That would be a static stretch. But doing stretches that require movement, more mobility, those are more dynamic stretches. And so, what are some examples of different types of stretches that you can incorporate to help you support your weight loss, your health journey? Well, some of the things you could do could be like yoga. And so, what is yoga? Yoga combines stretching and breathing exercises, which can help you reduce stress and improve your flexibility. I go to yoga every week, and I think it's truly a great way to be consistent and be really intentional about my stretching routine. And so for me, at yoga class, I would always recommend, if you're going to join a class or you're thinking about trying yoga, bringing a yoga mat and grippy socks. Those would probably be my top 2 tools that I use when it comes to yoga. But most classes that I've gone to, you're able to rent a yoga mat. So maybe you just want to try it once. You could call ahead and see if you're able to rent one just to try out a class. Most yoga studios that I've gone to provide a yoga block and a stretching band if you don't bring your own. And if you tend to have neck pain when stretching, you can also buy a yoga neck pillow to support your neck when you're doing the floor exercises, to make you more comfortable when you're doing the stretches or when you're doing the relaxing or the breathing techniques that the yoga studio, walks you through. So those would be the main resources that if you're thinking of doing a yoga class and you haven't done one before, those would be the things that I would recommend that you look into just to see if, maybe you already have them, but definitely a yoga mat and grippy socks would be the top 2 tools I would bring to a yoga class with me. So, how can you incorporate stretching into your daily routine? Well, you can include stretching as part of your routine either before or after workouts. You can also do stretching during your workouts, but I find for me, I always like it better if I do it before or after a workout, because if I do it during a workout, it kind of stops my flow of movement when it comes to, switching from one exercise to the next. I just prefer either do stretching before or after I work out. And on days that I go to the gym, I stretch lightly before my workouts, and then I stretch deeply after my workout. And then on days where I don't go to the gym, I stretch deeply when I wake up and then deeply again before I go to bed. You can also hold each stretch that you're doing for about 10 to 20 seconds and focus on your breathing. So what I do is I try to breathe in for my stretch for 3, hold, and then breathe out for 3 seconds. And then repeat that as I'm doing my stretches to really get deeper into the stretch. Because each time I breathe out, I can feel that my body is getting deeper into that stretch, and then continuing to do that, I think, has really helped me with my flexibility. You can also focus on a variety of stretches, that target different muscle groups. So trying to get a variety of stretches in that focus not only on your lower body, but your upper body as well. So as you can see, there's a lot of indirect benefits that stretching can give you to support your weight loss journey or your healthy lifestyle journey. And I hope you enjoyed these tips and think about ways you can add more stretching into your daily routine. And remember, it's your life, your actions, your results. You have the opportunity to make healthy habits a daily type of thing so that you can take your lifestyle to the next level day by day. And if you want tools for making healthier habits, I'll link some of the tools that I talked about today for stretching down below so that you can check them out later. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what are some of your go-to stretches? Well, I've got life to live. I'll see you next time.